Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Super Sports Central. Today, we're going to be going over my Week 1 NFL Power Rankings. So, before we get into my Power Rankings, I'm only going to be doing the top 10 in my Power Rankings for time purposes, and so this video is not hideously long. But getting into the top 10, and at number 10, we've got the Cowboys. So, the Cowboys enter at number 10, and this is a big season for head coach Mike McCarthy after the Cowboys decided to keep him as their head coach. Now, McCarthy needs to perform as Cowboys head coach. Luckily for him, the Cowboys have a good team. CeeDee Lamb is back with the team after he got a new contract, and CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott should lead a great passing attack. Now, the run game isn't great, especially with Zeke as their lead running back, but the Cowboys also have a great defense. They got a great pass rush with Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, plus they've got a healthy Trayvon Diggs in the secondary. Cowboys enter at number 10. 9, we've got the Packers. So the Packers are on the rise. They extended Jordan Love over the offseason, signed Josh Jacobs, who leads a good run game. But the Packers offense is good, but I think the defense will be the difference maker between last season and this season. Last season, the defense didn't live up to expectations, but the talent is there on that side of the ball. And with a new defensive coordinator and Jeff Hafley coming in, Packers defense is going to be much better this season than they were last season. The Packers, a good team heading into this season. I've got them at number 9. Number 8, we've got the Jets. So the Jets made a lot of moves to improve this offseason, and they're a great team and should have a good year as long as they can stay healthy. The offensive line is much better after the additions of John Simpson, Tyron Smith, Morgan Moses, and Olaf Fashanu, and the defense is also great for the Jets. So as long as Aaron Rodgers and this entire team can stay healthy, the Jets should have a good year. I've got them at number 8. 7th, we've got the Bengals. So the Bengals are an interesting team. Joe Burrow is back healthy after he was limited last year between an early season calf injury and then a wrist injury that cost him the rest of the season. But he's back healthy, and that is a big boost to the Bengals offense, although they were decent without him last year with Jake Browning at starting quarterback, and now that Burrow's back, the Bengals offense is going to be really good. But Ja'Marr Chase does have a contract situation, and he might not play in week 1 as he wants a new contract. And losing Ja'Marr Chase is going to be big to anyone's offense, especially a team that relies on him so heavily like the Bengals do. But the Bengals offense, once they get Ja'Marr Chase and his contract situation under control, their offense is going to be one of the best in the league. Then, defensively for the Bengals, they lost a couple players in the offseason like DJ Reader and Chidobe Awuzie. But the Bengals are a good team. Interesting to see what happens with Ja'Marr Chase and his contract. But as long as the Bengals are healthy, Joe Burrow's healthy, they're a great team. One of the better teams in the league. I've got them at number 7. Number 6, I've got the Bills. So the Bills are an interesting team. They've been really good over the past several seasons, but they've lost some key players throughout the offseason, especially at the receiver position. And the receiver position is a major question. Their top 3 receivers are rookie Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, and Khalil Shakir. And the Bills don't have a player on their roster who has ever had a 1,000-yard season in the NFL. As Curtis Samuel is the player who's had the most receiving yards in a single season with 851, and he had that in 2020. The defense is also a question for the Bills after losing safety duo Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, plus Matt Milano will miss the majority of the season with a bicep injury. But the Bills are still a good team. I've got them at number 6 entering this season. Number 5, we've got the Texans. So the Texans were really surprising last year with a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach, and they could be even better this year after they traded for Stephon Diggs to improve the receiving core, which now consists of Diggs, Nico Collins, and Tank Dell. Plus, they signed Joe Mixon to improve the run game. And the defense will also continue to improve for the Texans, with several young players continuing to develop. But the Texans are one of the best teams entering this season. I've got them at number 5. 4th is the Ravens. So they made it to the AFC Championship game last season. They are the best team in the regular season, and they're great once again. Their run game is going to be unstoppable with the addition of Derrick Henry, and the passing game was actually a little underrated for the Ravens last year, as Lamar Jackson had the most passing yards in a season in his career, and he should have a good year as a passer and a runner this year. Now, the offensive line is a question for the Ravens with 3 new starters, and defense lost defensive coordinator Mike McDonald, but the Ravens, they're still a great team. Offense is great, defense is great. I've got them at number 4. 3rd in my power rankings, we've got the Lions. So I've got the Lions at number 3, And I think they have a better team this year than they did last year. And they were already really good last year, making it to the NFC Championship game. But the Lions' offense was great last year and is good once again with essentially every key player from that team on this team again. But the defense was the weakness of the Lions last season. But they made some additions to the defense that should greatly help, such as drafting corner Terrion Arnold in the first round and signing DJ Reader. But the Lions have a great team. I could see them winning the Super Bowl. I could see the argument to have them at number 2, but I've got the Lions at number 3, although a great team entering this season. Second, I've got the 49ers. So the 49ers are my number 2 team. They've now straightened out the contract situation with everyone after extending Brandon Ayuk and Trent Williams. But the 49ers are a very balanced team, great offense, great defense. I think they're the best team in the NFC, although it is very close between them and the Lions. I've got the 49ers at number 2. And my number 1 team, it is the Chiefs. They're the clear top team in the NFL. They're a great team. They're the back-to-back Super Bowl champs for a reason. And I think the Chiefs could actually be better this year than they were last year, at least on paper. They greatly upgraded the receiver corps with the additions of Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown. The defense is still great. Obviously, they still got Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs, the best team in the NFL. They're at number 1 in my power rankings. And will probably stay there until they show otherwise. But those are my Week 1 NFL power rankings. If you guys want to see a more in-depth breakdown of each team, or you want to see my kind of a season preview for any other team not in my top 10, be sure to click in the top right corner of this video for my NFL predictions. But that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, turn notifications so you don't miss any other upcoming videos. I do my best to post as often as possible. I will see you in the next video.